Hi. All right. So I have for us now to work on our upper register belts, just some vocal warm-ups that focus on that mix, that high belts that we're talking about, although I hate to use that term, but that's what we're calling it, the mix, the high belt, bringing our head voice down into our middle voice, chest voice, lower register, all the different names we have for it, bringing it down and focusing that sound forward so it's absolutely free. It feels like it does when you speak. It should feel very comfortable to do this. So these are some exercises, vocal warm-ups that you can do to help get prepared to work on a song that's focusing on that portion of your voice. So starting here, real easy, we're gonna just go yeah. And I'm sure if you've had any kind of choral training or been in any other voice lesson, you've heard this before. So you're saying yeah, yeah. It is ugly, it is unattractive, but doing it anyway. We're gonna do a pentascale, yeah, and it just goes yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, 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 yeah. So for me, I'm starting on an F that went to a C. The first two pitches were in my chest voice, and the third, fourth, and fifth were in my mix. Using the nya sound, it helps bring our pitch, our focus forward so that we're not pushing down to that chest. Again, we're not trying to force the sound out. We're just creating a brighter tone that we would be speaking it. So if I told you to say, hey, you could go, hey, hey, nya, 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 nya. Sounds like a belt, has the quality of a belt, it travels to the audience as though it's a belt. It is perfectly healthy, easy, relaxed, and you can repeat it over and over and over again without getting vocally taxed. And that's what we really want. So, yeah, here we go. Pinch scale. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. As we're doing this, I want you to pay attention to what your sound feels like. Again, we had talked about the energy that you're creating, that freeness. I know it's ugly, it's a terrible sound. But what does that energy feel like? What's happening in the back of your throat? Can you put into words where your tongue, your soft palate, your eyebrows, can you explain what it feels like from your jawline up to produce this sound? You shouldn't feel anything different than as though you were speaking right now. So if you were to say, yeah, 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 that's what it should feel like while you're singing it, except for it's elongated, and then you might get a little resonance. Again, Florida, springtime, lots of congestion for me. It feels like my nose is gonna tickle off when I do this because the vibration is so strong. But now that we're up a little higher, that pitch is gonna feel a little bit freer. If it feels harder, then do it on a lip buzz really quickly. Instead of trying to go forward this way. You can even see in my throat how tight that is. We don't want to do that. We're putting the sound up above our mandible. We're putting the sound into the back of our mouth. We are focusing forward, and that's the quality of the vowels that we are creating that is making it sound like it's belting. It is not. It's what it feels like to me when I'm singing it, but by changing the space in my mouth, by changing my vowels, modifying the quality of sound that I'm creating is how I get that belt sound, that belt sound without the belt feeling, so that my sound can still be heard over the orchestra. I don't need a microphone, and that I can still be understood. And again, it should feel like you're speaking, not that we ever go around saying yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we did maybe when we were younger, and we're like yeah, 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 boo, boo. So let's try this again. We're gonna keep going up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. and you shouldn't go any higher than that. Anything up that needs to be in your full head voice. If you're mixing up there, it starts to get a little whiny and a little piercing. Just to give you a heads up, if you are familiar with Wicked, it's funny that I brought this up twice, but if you're familiar with Wicked, that is the moment in Defying Gravity where she pops up there really quickly and comes back down. That's that pitch. So it's really, really high. We don't ever, we don't sustain notes up there for that for very long because of the quality of sound. It gets a little piercing, but it's perfectly safe and comfortable and without tension. When the tension is there, that's when you have that, I don't know if that sound's going to make it today. I don't know if it's going to be there for me. If you're thinking, I don't know if the sound is going to be there for me, then you're singing with tension. Because I could be completely asleep, wake up, and it might be a little foggy and thick up there, but I can still make it happen because the breath support is there and everything is smoothly moving. So let's try this again. Oh, that's my cat, Stefan. Sorry, he's coming in for a cameo. So let's go on. We're going to do, so we just did our nya, nya, nyas to get that sound forward. I want to go back and try them again, but I want you to pay attention to the last note that you sing, which is also the first note that you sing in the pentascale. And I want you to pay attention to how it feels when you start and then how it feels when you finish. It will feel a little different in the beginning. As you get better at that, you'll start to be able to place it in the correct spot. Generally on the way down is the spot that you want it to be in when you start. So I'm going to start here. This is on a G. That's a really high, you can't belt that very comfortably in your chest voice at all, but that is a very comfortable sound. And it's very strong, very forward. It sounds like I'm belting and yelling my heart out, but really I'm just singing, yeah! Tilting everything forward, getting into that nice frontal sound, getting all that sound to sit right there in your nasal labials. That is what's going to give you that belty sound, that mix that we're talking about, so that you're not really trying to scream your chest voice up there because it won't go. It won't go up that high. It can't go up that high. That's when you flip and crack and go, oh. But you can create the sound of that belt in your upper register, which is what we're trying to do. Another really fun one to do is to say, hey, taxi. So, okay, and it's just, hey, taxi. So you're going to say it on the pitch and then sing it on the pitch. So you're going to go, hey, taxi. And then you go, hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. This is when that anticipation breath that we were talking about in our Breathing 101 really comes in handy. Hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. It should sound like you're speaking it. Hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. Hey, hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. Hey, taxi. Last one. Hey, hey, taxi. Practice these warm-ups. They're going to give you that placement that sits right here. All you're doing is you're taking your sound that you're used to creating down here, and you're moving it up inside of your head and forward. Okay, and that's what it feels like. That's not technically exactly what you're doing, but that's what it feels like. It feels like you're taking your sound that you were producing right here, and you're moving it up into your head. It's almost like the voice box that you're used to talking about is no longer sitting in your throat. It's now sitting in the back of your throat behind your teeth, and that's where the sound is being formed, and that's where it's coming from, and that's where it's going, and it feels very different. and it may feel a little whiny. Again, I say this again and again and again. Right now, it is not about the quality of the sound. It is the energy that you're making. It is how it feels when you sing. It's the effortless way of singing that we're going for. Saying "Hey Taxi" like that is whiny and very annoying, and I don't want to listen to it all day long. Even though I do when I teach, listen to it all day long. But that's not how we want to finally sing. But the good news is you're probably not going to be singing "Hey Taxi" in a song. You might, I don't know, but that's awful high to be singing that. But if you need to get up there and you need to hit that pitch on an A vowel, now you know you can. Now you know it's there for you. Okay? Lots of air, lots of support, lots of relaxation. Roll the shoulders and let that chin swingy, swingy, swingy so that you don't get tight. If you feel tight, once again, I remind you, lip buzzing. Hey taxi, hey taxi. Smiley, smiley sound will get you there. Those are just a couple warm-ups that you can do. These are great warm-ups to keep doing. I will continue to give you more warm-ups if you find that these are working for you and you want to try something new. You can reach out to me. I have bags and bags and bags of warm-ups. These are just some of my favorites that work quickly, will warm you up fast, and will get you into that placement ready to work on a song that is maybe sitting in that really difficult spot. So keep smiling, keep singing, and check out my YouTube channel more often.